Oh, I'm Alissa.
And Rachel.
And we did our service learning project at St. Vincent de Paul. Our community partner supervisor was Tammy Wellens, and we each completed 15 hours. The history of St. Vincent de Paul was founded in Paris in 1833 by Frederick Ozanam. He started the Conference of Charity, and one of his colleagues challenged him and asked him what the Catholic Church actually they did a lot, but he wanted to know what more they were doing. So he founded the Conference of Charity to assist all the poor people. So that's how it all started. And it was brought over to the United States in 1845 in St. Louis, Missouri. And it's today, St. Vincent de Paul has two headquarters in Des Moines, and it was founded in 1970. The mission of St. Vincent de Paul is to join together men and women to grow spiritually by offering person-to-person services for those who are in need. And it helps any person. They don't discriminate against anything. They just help anyone, whoever needs anything. Some of the social issues that St. Vincent de Paul helps with are low socioeconomic status, homelessness, educational needs, lack of resources, and needs for job obtainment. And like I said before, they serve all people. They don't discriminate against income, religious beliefs, sexual orientation, race, anything. They serve anybody because they know that everyone might encounter a time of need just if something out of the ordinary happens.
Are you all done, Megan?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's hard to tell.
The nature of our project was to assist and serve those in need within the Des Moines community. Our project contributes to St. Vincent de Paul's mission, which is to serve the community while striving to grow spiritually by providing person-to-person service. We contributed to their mission by assisting and assuring that there was a sufficient amount of food, clothing, beds, toiletries, and other household items for those in our community.
Okay, my turn. All right, so the synopsis of our project. So we served the needs of our community as well as building a foundation as servant leaders. The needs that we met over our combined 45 hours were kind of just stuff to help those in need just kind of have less stress and be more at ease. So we sorted and tagged clothing and organized the clothing, hung it up, make sure to organize it for all ages, and then we also brought out food items, made sure that all the food bins were fully stocked, and then through our service we just kind of what we gathered from it is that we received a lot of gratification through serving those in our community, and it just felt good to make a difference and notice that you made a difference when you did help out those that went into St. Vincent de Paul. So then to look at the analysis and assessment, all right. So the objectives that we met all of our objectives. So we, one of them was demonstrating a calm and open, friendly demeanor towards all customers. And we we did that by just being more personable and listening to those and anyone that we interacted with just to get an understanding of different ways that we could help them. If they're asking for certain clothes, or if they needed help up to social services or whatnot, we tried to be able to answer any questions that they did have. And then we challenged our preconceived notions about the community. And that kind of went along with what I just said about treating those as you would wish to be treated, just with respect and dignity. And then we identified the basic needs of individuals at St. Vincent de Paul through interaction and understanding. And we, hold on. And that was through just kind of the basic needs of setting out the clothing and the food and making sure it was organized and making sure it was tagged correctly so they knew how much something was. And then also upstairs at the social services, a few of us had put together different bags for the homeless and needy that included just basic staple food items, toiletries, and different household items. And then those were shipped off from there. And then to look next, we looked at the attributing concept. So why did I leave the paper open? Oh, there we go. Okay, the concept. So our Mercy core values that we exemplified while we were serving at St. Vincent de Paul were compassion and excellence. When we were serving those, it was kind of innate to just provide and, you know, be compassionate to those that were in need by just taking the time to actively listen to them and what different things that they needed or were struggling with, or like clothing. And especially when we were serving, it was wintertime, so children were coming in and finding coats that would fit them, or different hats and gloves, stuff like that. And then just with compassion, we were just kind of offering ourselves in anything that we could do to help them. And then we exemplified excellence when we were taking the time just to listen to customers and any items that they needed. I feel like I'm repeating myself, but that's literally what we did. And then just to make sure that if they needed any like bread or different like food items, that we would make sure to have everything stocked and up front so that there wasn't a doubt that they would be able to have bread that day. Or if social services brought down like fresh vegetables, that they'd be able to pick out what they needed. And then the concepts of servant leadership that we experienced allowed us to just exemplify putting others' needs above our own and actively listening to the concerns of others and just empathizing with their needs and being able to help and strengthen the community that we were serving. Let's see. Next we have, I guess, our personal thoughts. So I'll just continue talking. So just kind of how, or I guess this project and like how we felt it went, and I don't know, serving the community. So what I said was just serving the community can be something as simple as setting out food to providing shelter. And I just learned how natural it is as a servant leader to just put the needs of others above your own. And it really gives you kind of a rewarding and gratifying, feeling when you help others and making sure to listen to them. You really acknowledge and convey to them that you care and you see their issues and that you want to help. But it really can help create like a trusting relationship with those in the community. So that's my thoughts.
Okay, my thoughts. Well, completing these hours, I learned that taking the time to serve people in the community can help just give someone hope when maybe they don't have anything else going on. Maybe they're going through a really difficult time. Nothing's going right for them in life, but just simply giving them a loaf of bread may give them hope and give them joy. And especially, I listened to a few people just sitting there and listening to them and like listening to their struggles and then just letting them know everything's gonna be okay. It's like the simple things that you can change someone's day from being totally horrible to being okay. Like giving them just that little bit of hope that something might change, as simply from just giving them a loaf of bread.
So I guess my quote that I said was, volunteering at St. Vincent de Paul really expressed my servant leadership skills. It also helped me get on the right track for my future as a servant leader, gave me insight to the needs around my community, and opened up my eyes to the things in which I can help with. I guess just for me, I didn't realize like how much homelessness and things like that we had around Des Moines until I kind of went on that Riverbend tour and actually volunteered at St. Vincent de Paul, and like it kind of opened my eyes to like what I actually could be doing for my community other than just, nursing school and blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. So that's great, but just volunteering. I also have mentioned before, like hearing about the job outreach at Mercy. And I just was like, oh, well, I mean, I didn't really know what it was all about, but now that I kind of see what goes on around our community, I kind of want to get more involved, and this was a good start.
Yeah.
For our directions for future work, so this project was a rather interesting experience in that it was different from other typical volunteer missions. The uniqueness of the project was valuable and rewarding. If there were an extended amount of time volunteering, more would be one on the list. It would also maybe include finding people to donate to St. Vincent de Paul. I, for one, kind of realized like I have a bunch of stuff lying around my house and extra clothing that I sometimes donate to Goodwill, which is also a good charity, but I feel like I could be benefiting more people at St. Vincent de Paul. A lot of people generally feel that the only places around here to donate are Goodwill and Salvation Army, just like I said. So yeah, we could also put up flyers, posters around the community. I also even kind of thought about mentioning to different classmates and stuff, just if they need places to donate things, to go to St. Vincent de Paul. Overall, this community partner was great, and the people that worked there were very gracious and friendly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think overall our project went really well.
I like the flexibility of being able just to go in and help them whenever, and they're super welcoming whenever we went there.
I mean,
everyone there that works there is nice.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, even just for, I mean, I went in for like 30 minutes one night, and they were, I think people, when they think of volunteering, they think they have to volunteer a bunch of time, but it's nice there, like you can just go in 30 minutes and fill the bread. I mean, that helps them out. It's one less thing that the people who actually work there have to do. So
right.
I just thought of one thing, Megan, when you were talking about your like thoughts, it was like helping or like food, and that helped the person. Do you remember there was one guy that we helped, like we were talking about those really nice dress shirts, and he was excited that they were,
yeah,
he could afford one, and he's like, good, I'll get that, or like just knowing that it'll help him with his like job interview that he had. But like something as simple as that is really helpful too, that I totally forgot about to put in the paper. But yeah, like even just like having or like tagging out clothing that and putting it like in the right sizing, that it was that easy for that person to find what they needed and that they could look nice and presentable and hopefully get a job from there would probably really benefit in their life, like in the long run. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, that kind of goes back how I said, like, it kind of gives the person hope. I mean, a simple dress shirt. I mean, I went out looking for a graduation dress, and I'm like, oh, cool, I found a dress, you know. But another person's like, I'm looking for a shirt so I look nice for a job interview, and they get it for $2. I mean, that could change their whole life around. So
yeah, that's true.
It's the simple things that people don't think of, but
or like the food and everything. Can't believe how much Hy-Vee donates. It's so nice. All that bread, and then like even having a sweet, like I like how they have those like up at the counter. So it's like even just that, like we all know a little bit of sugar makes everyone a little bit more happy, that like it could help those in need. But
you know, there was like one day where this lady came in and she was just waiting for the sweets to come out because she wanted birthday cupcakes because it was her son's birthday. And
oh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah,
to go buy him cupcakes and stuff. So I just thought
it's like that made that child's like birthday, and they'll always remember it.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, hopefully they're not 2 years old, but
right, yeah.
they'll have a memory of it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it makes it. I feel like it probably makes their life feel more normal, not like like my friends get cupcakes. Why don't I get? You know, makes everything more normal for them if they can just get those simple little things. So,
or even how like St. Vincent de Paul has like brand new beds. Like,
yeah, that's so awesome.
It's so nice and so helpful to those that you don't know what they're sleeping on.
Yeah. I guess you know how like some of us filled those bags for the homeless people? I feel like if like for other future work, I guess you could start like a toiletry drive. Like, I mean, even at like school, like we could do that. You know what I mean?
Like, or like certain like churches and stuff. I know that they have like certain time of year they'll like when you leave church, they'll have like a little like brown paper bag, and it's got like piece of paper stapled to it for like things to like fill like that others need and stuff like that. I mean, I know my mom's done it like all throughout when I was little. I was always like, what is this for? Ooh, like buying just like in bulk.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you're talking about like a donation bin would be.
Because I know we do like, there was like
Thing.
a food barrel right by the front door.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it would be simple. I mean, you can get at Walmart, you can get a little thing of shampoo for $1. I mean, if you could.
Here's a good thing the school could do. Like 5 extra credit points and you bring in 5 items to donate. I mean, it makes sense, kind of like how we mentioned in the paper, like, I mean, we were talking about like Goodwill items, like Yonkers did a coupon that was like, if you donate a Goodwill item, you get such and such like % off of like your total purchase or whatever. So it's like stuff like that gives the community a little bit of incentive to help others, but I don't know. It'd be good.
I feel like, I mean, and today it's more of incentive, like, oh, if I do this, I'll get this free, which is, I don't know, it's kind of bad, but
just the way the world works now.
Yeah. I'm saying like hey, bring in 10 toiletry items, you'll get a point extra credit or something. I mean,
when people need points, you know that.
Yeah. Definitely.
I mean, it's true. I mean, that would be a good idea for the school to implement. That'd be pretty smart.
Yeah. Instead of like, I know like a lot of schools do canned food drives, which I mean is great too, but on the other side, like for just, some people don't have shampoo, some people don't have soap, things like that.
Or like how they do like for football games, like they call it the dial bowl, and you bring a bar of soap and you get into the game, like that's your ticket. So it'd be, if a school did that, that'd be a good idea.
Yeah. Hey, that could be for a graduation. Everyone has to bring a bar of soap.
Yeah, there we go.
Let's start it, Alyssa. Come on.
Yeah, where do I get it's happening?
Anything else?
I honestly, kind of, whenever I'd be cleaning the floor, I'd want to start shopping for myself because some of the stuff is so cute.
No. Yeah.
I don't know. We just, I don't know what else to say. I mean, like we met all our objectives with just like helping others and making sure that you have things out, clothing. I mean, organizing clothing and making sure like it's up on the hanger makes a huge difference to someone that like maybe doesn't have time, or they get off the bus and the next bus comes at this time, so they only have a certain amount of time to shop, or like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just having things out and organized.
We talked about that. Well, we were doing something about like, I mean, it sounds not stupid. I mean, it sounds like such a little task. Oh, I'm going to go hang up these clothes. But to someone who is like going through a super stressful time, like say their kid's sick, they have to get to work, their car broke down, so they don't have whatever. I mean, for them to come in and just be able to like run and get a jacket or run and get a loaf of bread, it's like decreases their stress probably a great amount, that they will have access to food for their kid. I mean, they're probably gonna be thinking about their kid more than themselves, but so I think it, like, just the littlest things, like I put out CDs and this guy's like, oh, I really like Christian music, and I found him a Christian CD in back, and he was like the most happiest person I've ever.
So like helps their self-esteem too.
Yeah.
They're just like happier and really can never even know anything that you do, any little thing can really help.
Definitely. Well, is that all we got?
I mean, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well,
without repeating myself a million times. Yeah.
Bad angle, but I had to get away from my dog barking at my mom on the stairs.
Well, overall, we can just say it was a really good project, and that we learned a lot and gained a lot of knowledge and just experience through actually putting ourselves out there and doing this service learning project. But we got to know others in our community, and then the needs that are still always there in the community. But yeah,
I thought it was great.
Yeah, it was good.
All right. Well, I'm going to end this. So,
All righty.
all right. See you guys.
Thanks for